there's some beef between Scheana Shay and her former boss, Lisa Vanderpump, that I thought you guys would be interested in. So as Sheena is promoting her book, she's sharing certain passages from it where she talks about feeling exploited by Lisa Vanderpump and whatnot, which is absolutely hilarious, right? And ridiculous. Sheena has wanted to be rich and famous her entire life, right? She was sleeping around with married men for the opportunity to be famous. She brags about all the people, famous actors, singers, athletes that she has been railed by. Okay. So for her to now turn around and say that she was exploited by Lisa Vanderpump is just ridiculous. Okay. Lisa Vanderpump is finally clapping back. So she caught up with TMZ and told them, quote, "I don't care what she says. I'm more concerned about Ozzy Osbourne dying. That's the saddest thing. Important things are what matter to me, not her BS." Damn. So you know what this is giving? This is giving Lisa Vanderpump versus Stassi in what, season 3, where Stassi in her green dress goes, "Oh, you hate me, Lisa." What does Lisa say? "You're not important enough to hate. Sit down." That's what that's giving, right? Sheena has just been trying as hard as she can to get Lisa's attention. And I don't get why she's going about it this way. She has been loyal, like a really, really, really loyal employee to Lisa for years, right? So how do you go from that and being rewarded for your loyalty by being given a spot on the show? Like, does she know that she didn't have to take the role? Like, there are plenty of people who work at SUR, who worked at Villa Blanca, who didn't do the show, right? Some people were approached, they turned it down. So why is she acting like there was a gun held to her head and she was forced to film for this? Like, she was excited, she was ecstatic. Like, and she even talks in her book about how, you know, she got demoted around season 10 and she really wanted to make that money, right? So she kept on trying to do these different things, like egg on Rachel/Raquel and Tom Schwartz making out and whatnot, because that got her more camera time. So in that situation, you're exploiting Katie Maloney's heartbreak over her divorce for a spot on a show, for camera time, right? While you're claiming that Lisa Vanderpump, who gave you this opportunity in the first place, is exploiting you. She is so hypocritical. And I really hate to see people bite the hand that feeds them like this. You know, this is not a smart move at all. Ali says Sheena is exhausting. And I agree. Listen, pretty privileged, right? Like, I always thought Sheena was like just absolutely gorgeous. So I would ignore some of her actions, right? Because I was just so distracted by her beauty. But now that I am awake, I see just how terrible she is, especially as I do my binging of my rewatching. I'm on season 8 right now. She really is just a difficult person to be around. Hey, Dawn, nice to see you. Good morning, sunshine. And thank you, Shemjem. Yes, you guys, if you're enjoying today's episode of The Morning Report, please don't hesitate to give it a thumbs up so YouTube knows you enjoy my content. Thanks, boo. Ali says she's giving Nicki Minaj the Vanderpump Rules. She's just trying to get a beef going. Exactly. And it's embarrassing for her. She doesn't need to do this. Her life is messy enough. I just would even want a book of all the people that she's hooked up with, dated. Like, that alone would be scandalous, right? Like, in the best way possible. She doesn't have to stoop this low, right? Theo says Sheena is so desperate for fame. It's kind of funny. Exactly, right? And I feel like in that vein, you got to be nice to people like LVP. LVP, how many shows does she have? She's got Vanderpump Rules, Vanderpump Dogs, Vanderpump Villa. The Valley is a spinoff of her show. And then she did another show with somebody else, right? Like a talk show type thing. Like, that's somebody you're supposed to keep close to you, right? Like, that's who you stick with. And she is on the outs with her now. Like, that is so not smart at all, at all. Rosun says, being told I wasn't important enough not to hate with you by 13th reason because of the... Right? Like, that was so freaking iconic. And Stassi deserved it. Listen, everybody hated Stassi so much in season 3, and for good reason. She acted like she was so above everybody because she was with that boyfriend, Patrick, the douche lord of all douche lords, who hated her. He treated her like garbage. And she's like, yeah, like me and my boyfriend who treat me like garbage. We're too good for you guys. And then, like, you cut to her, like, begging him, please don't break up with me. Like, she was a pick-me, like a hardcore pick-me. Cammy says, I stay close to shore when exactly, me too. Listen, there's no shame, you guys. There's no shame in not going out as far as possible, right? Safety is paramount. We only have one life. Ali says that's why she stays in every frame. Exactly. Sheena, she's just so, I like her still. I don't know why I still like her despite seeing all of these flaws and things that annoy me, but like, she really needs to reevaluate some of this marketing strategy. Damn, Grace, good point on the hypocrisy. Well, thank you, right? Like, come on, girl. Like, Again, I like her, but like she's not a victim. She was the one who was calling the paparazzi and like talking to all these outlets, doing television interviews about like dating that married man, the Eddie Cibrian. I'm like, shut up, girl. Like, ew. Thank you, Huckleberry. Yes, you guys, please, let's get those likes up if you're enjoying today's episode of the show. Alice says she needs to try to fight with people in her pay bracket. Oh, ow. Right. Come on. You guys are not even in this. What is that Mariah Carey song? I'm the press conference. You're a conversation. Period. Sheena works overtime at being unlikable. Smart. Exactly. And I hate it because overall, I do think she's a really nice and sweet girl. So I hate when these other aspects of her personality that are a bit more negative take center stage, right? Sheena out here biting the hand that feed her. Exactly. I don't like it. It's not going to end well for her. And Sheena, listen, you got your daughter to feed and you got your deadbeat husband to feed and his child support to keep up with. So, tread lightly. This is not smart on your end at all. So one of you guys did ask me about the Valley breakup. So why don't we go ahead and talk about that? So was it you, Destiny? Yeah, it was you, Miss Girl. Destiny says that she wanted to talk about the breakup between Michelle and Aaron. Why don't we get into that? Okay. But actually, before we get into that, I wanted to get into a final comment on the story from Dawn. Sheena, in her book, claims to have hooked up with Jesse. Oh, yeah. Jesse Metcalf, Jesse McCartney, too. Eddie Cibrian, John Mayer, Shamar Moore, Josh Hopkins, Shane West, JC Chavez, Adrian. It's so much, right? Which good for you, girl. This is a good list. However, how is it that you were boning all these hot rich guys and you end up with a broke, not hot guy? He's not ugly, but he's not hot. You know what I mean? Like, how did you end up with that? And she's so beautiful. Sheena, to me, she's beautiful, like absolutely freaking beautiful. Every time I see her on the screen, I'm like, wow, like she is so beautiful. So how is it that this was the best she could do? I think it's because she's too needy and too clingy. You got to play it cool with men, unfortunately. If you're a lover girl, play it cool. Don't be too up there.